Welcome to another episode of Achievements, where we celebrate the remarkable journey of extraordinary individuals. I'm your host, Abdul Latif Al-Anizi, and joined by my colleague, Fatma Al-Awadi. Good evening, Fatma.
Good evening, Abdul Latif. Yes, as my colleague said, we are the hosts, and we will be taking you on a new episode and a new journey, so stay tuned.
Sport means all forms of physical activity which, through casual or organized participation, aim at expressing or improving physical fitness and mental well-being. For example, forming social relationships or obtaining results in competition at all levels. Surely, sports can help us reach our fitness goals and maintain a healthy weight. Sports also have hidden health benefits such as lowering chances of different diseases in life. Being included in physical activity like sports improves your heart function, reduces the risk of diabetes, lowers tension and stress, and controls blood sugar. Playing sports helps you build muscles and improves your coordination and muscle memory. There are many types of sports such as football, basketball, volleyball, tennis, and much more. In addition, car racing is also considered as a sport. Car racing is a motor sport involving the racing of automobiles for competition. Car racing has existed ever since the invention of the automobiles. Formula One is the most popular racing series in the world currently. Formula One cars are open and known as some of the fastest vehicles in the world. Most people love racing cars because to the adrenaline rush that they get during these types of events. For instance, in Formula One racing, the speed of powerful cars is really attractive. Moreover, sports are divided into many categories, such as individual sports, partner sports, team sports, and extreme sports. Some of the individual sports are golf, horse riding, and judo. Partner sports are considered to diving, tennis, and volleyball, whereas team sports are football, basketball, and handball. Extreme sports are climbing, skateboarding, and water skiing. Hence, running is the most accessible and easiest sport to play. All you need is a good pair of running shoes and you're good to go. In addition, there are no rules in running, but that's what makes running so free-form and fun. Running is all about setting goals for yourself and working to achieve those goals.
Welcome back, our viewers. Today we have the pleasure of hosting Mohammed Al-Shatti, a professional and certified paddle trainer and a player who lives and breathes the world of paddle. Mohammed, thank you for being here with us at Achievement. We are so glad to have you.
Thank you for having me in this amazing show. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Mohammed, can you tell us at the first, how did you get involved with paddle and what made you discover the love of paddle?
Okay, so I grew up in a sport family, a full sport family. We come from a tennis background, a dad, a player, and then a manager, an uncle, a champion. Then actually, he's actually one of the top tennis players that actually lived in Kuwait.
MashaAllah.
And 4 brothers of tennis champions. So I transferred my tennis, after I stopped playing, I was a tennis coach. And I transferred from being a tennis coach to being a paddle coach. We had the advantage in the beginning with, let's say, paddle is more similar to tennis. So we had the advantage. So I transferred my coaching and skills from tennis to paddle, and that's how I started. And when it came to Kuwait, that's when I was in love and I found my passion with paddle.
That's amazing. And if you don't mind telling us, what sets paddle apart from tennis, as you've mentioned, since you have experience in tennis? So what makes paddle different in terms of gameplay or strategy?
A lot of people need to know that actually.
Actually, tennis is a lot is similar to tennis in double play, not single. Let's say double, because paddle is only played in double, not single. There is no single.
Tennis
in
you can
paddle.
play double and single.
Yes, it's a single. Let's say it's a single sport, and then you can add up double. But it's similar to tennis in scoring, kind of in the ball. Kind of, there is a lot of differences. It's a mix between tennis and squash. It's easy to learn. That's what differentiates from tennis. That's why people fell in love with it. It's easy to learn. It's a double game. Has a lot of fun, sudden movement. A lot of people didn't or couldn't actually play racket sport tennis because it's hard to learn.
Hard.
Takes years. Takes
And
years
also
to
takes also takes a really a lot of training and fitness.
Exactly.
Because you need to have a good fitness and good also body physique. But for paddle, I've seen a lot of people who are not too much into fitness. They play paddle from the first time, and it's only like a couple of techniques.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
not
need
going
to learn.
it's not
Yeah.
going to hinder your movement, even if you were, for example, not practicing almost every day, right?
Exactly. That's what differentiates from tennis.
Yeah.
That's your the answer of your question. Exactly. That's why people fell in love with paddle.
But you started with tennis.
Exactly.
And of course-
since I grew up, since 5
Yeah.
years old, I played tennis.
So why you didn't
Mashallah.
get back to tennis after the spread of paddle now getting lower?
Okay, we'll say it's getting lower, but in the same time, there is a percentage that's coming up again. New generation of paddle,
Exactly.
new academies. I don't. It's maybe the trend is going. It lowered the trend. Only the
Only
trend
the trend,
people.
yeah.
The trend in the beginning. It was an actually positive trend. Finally, we have a positive trend. Sport. And it's actually growing, and I'm telling you this, it's actually growing huge in Gulf countries and the Middle East.
It's actually one of the best trends that ever happened.
Yes.
Because it happened actually at a time when we couldn't travel. It happened at a time when we couldn't do anything, and everyone was actually depressed.
Right after Corona, right? Right after Corona.
Yeah.
It was actually right after Corona, and I think it's during the last
The
stages.
yes, the last
Yeah.
stage
The last
of
stage of
COVID. Yes,
Corona.
you're right. Yeah.
And as certified trainer, of course, you have multiple aspects when it comes to training new players. Can you tell us about the aspects, the most important aspects that you love to transfer to the new generations?
Okay, so there is a lot of aspects in training as coaching. Let's say in general, of course, you have to take the the physical aspect,
Yeah.
the technical aspect, the technique aspect, the mental aspect, and then you spread it down to even more detailed if you want to train on analytic training or game-based training. It's a mix of all those aspects. It's a mix of this a little bit of training, this method. All those mixes together actually shape the training and let's say
Also,
discover. Yes,
also in the screen we are seeing you right now coaching one of the new generations, one of the new players.
you're gonna see actually a lot of new players, a new generation. I'm so proud of them. The coach, actually, the feeling of coaching, it's just a passion. It's passion. I don't see it as work. It's my passion. I just do it every day, and I'm achieving more and more every day because I love it.
Mashallah. And they always say once you're passionate about something, you're not going to see it as work. You're going to see it as your hobby forever. Now, I also want to ask about improving one's technique. Now, we talked about beginners. Now, I've never played paddle, and I would love to try it.
Of course.
However, how do I start, and then how do I improve?
Okay, of course, starting paddle, you have actually to take a lot of things in consideration, like the racket, the actual shoes for paddle, the right way to play, just to avoid injuries, avoid bad habits. Because as soon as you're a beginner, right? As soon as you take bad habits, it's gonna be tough for me as a coach to change those habits back to basics. So starting from zero, I actually advise everyone to take it step by step, get the best technique. Take classes, take 1 or 2 or 3 classes maybe, learn the technique, then play randomly with your friends, and then if you want to actually improve more, you can come back to training.
This is actually a really important point, because a lot of people, when they play paddle, you know, the beginner's luck, when they have it for the first time, he hits the rocket in the right time couple of times, and then he says, oh, I don't need a coach. All what I need is actually some commitment and training with time. They don't know that there's actually some training. It actually happened to me. I tried
I
it.
was going to say it will happen to me. I'm
Yeah.
one of those. If I, have one luck with the first try, I'd say, oh, I'm pretty good at it,
Yeah, exactly. It's actually happened to me and a couple of guys, even from work, with our director Ali and Hamid, the editor. We tried it. Of course, Hamid, he was the best on it. So of course, when I tried it, I got that one of these bad habits. But I got carried on by
hard.
it.
It's hard to change
Yeah.
it later. But as soon as, I promise you, and everyone that tried paddle and training, as soon as you train, you're gonna see it in a whole different
way.
a whole different way. You're gonna say, why did I not train at least 1 or 2 or 3 classes just to learn the basic and then just play for fun?
So-
Maybe you actually just want to play for
Yeah.
fun.
So what's the bad habits?
Bad
Can
habits,
you tell us
bad
about it?
grips, different stands, different timing, how to play, the technique, the right technique. You can actually just put the ball in the court. It's easy, right? But then a good coach actually wants to actually change that so you can improve in the future or in the long term. If you see it as a long term.
Yeah. So can you tell us about the training routines? One of the most important training routines that you have to teach it to the new players at first.
Beginners, first routines, of course, how to hold the racket, how to actually hit the ball, how to stand, how I have to explain to them what is paddle, what is attacking in paddle, what is defending in paddle, what areas do you stand in, how to hit the ball. I take it step by step. I don't want to push a lot of information in the beginning. Step by step, they actually fall in love in it, and then I take it, say, more detailed way.
That's amazing. That was actually what I was going to ask. How do you tailor your training to each one? For example, if my colleague Abdul Latif wants to train with you, or if I want to train with you, you're not
different.
going to change. Yes, you're not going to, train us the same, right?
Exactly.
You're
It
going
is
to train us differently. How do you tailor that?
Okay, I take a lot of things in consideration here. The gender, the age, then your goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, and then see you actually playing in front of me just as you're playing with your friends. And then from that and all that, I actually build for you a plan and coaching courses to train you and to reach your goals or reach your short-term, long-term.
Even if I wanted to play, with my friends, I wanted to play for fun. That's it's all right. I don't have to have big goals, right?
It's all right. That's what actually differentiates from a little bit from other academies. You don't have to be a champion. You don't have to play just to be a champion. Of course, that's a different thing. Playing for fun is a different thing.
A lot of people also play it just for a life routine, something to do in the morning.
Yes,
It's
a
a
bit of
sport in the end.
exercise.
Paddle is a routine, it's a lifestyle. People come to me to play, to actually do cardio. You can
That's
actually
amazing.
change it to cardio. You exchange the gym cardio to paddle. It's more fun. You burn from 400 to 600 calories an hour playing and having fun with friends.
600 calories an hour? I think it's way more.
Actually, that's just saying beginners.
Just
if
beginner.
you go advanced,
Standing and
thousands.
waving with the racket.
Exactly. Going for advanced, you're going into thousands of calories.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's your daily exercise. If you do paddle every day or you play paddle, then you don't have to do the other cardio or the other.
This is me. This is my
Actually,
lifestyle.
cannot do
paddle.
it.
You
especially
cannot.
for
It's tough. It's hard. It's hard to mix up paddle every day and then gym. If you actually schedule your week with 3 times, let's say 3 times paddle a week, and then gym 2 times, 3 times, it's gonna be a really nice lifestyle you're gonna have.
That's amazing.
For me personally, when I go to the gym and I wanted to do cardio, there's actually a lot of things. When I do it, a lot of type of sports, let's say like swimming, I should not go to do some cardio like running or jogging, because it actually will be bad. It will be like over cardio
Exactly.
exercise.
There
So
is
when you
such
do
thing.
paddle, I think it's enough. It's something sport. It's something fun you can do with your family members. Also, you can have your fun. Also, you burn a lot of calories, as you said and mentioned.
It's way more fun than gym.
Yeah.
I promise you. If you come cardio, you're gonna leave the gym cardio. You can go to the gym if you want to build up
It's
muscles.
boring.
Yeah, it's if you want to
Running
build
at
up
the same place for like 45 minutes.
Exactly.
Come on.
Imagine walking
It's
a
waste of time.
treadmill for an hour, 2 hours. You're gonna watch maybe a lot of episodes, Friends episodes. As you said.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I actually did it. I actually tried it. Not gonna lie.
That's why I said
That's
it.
why he said it, I guess.
That's why I
Yes,
said
I
yes.
it.
actually tried it. So, of course, Mohammed, getting back to your career, can you tell us one of the most memorable stories, successful stories, when you had during your journey, and also one extra memorable moment to you, one of your trainees?
Okay, in my journey as a tennis player or as a paddle coach?
Whatever you want. One of
A tennis player, I
something
have a lot of
memorable.
memories. I took a lot of championships. It's a feeling that no one will know when you're representing your country in a lot of different tournaments. When you win that cup, the feeling you have in your guts, in your heart, I cannot explain it. It's not explainable. I cannot even say it. The feeling when you I have the chills remembering when you have
Wow.
a championship, when your whole country depends on you, when your whole sports teams depends on you, when your whole family watching, when your dad's outside stressing out about my kid, is he number one right now? Did he take the tournament? And then calling your dad after that or your parents and saying I won. I cannot explain that feeling. It's
never forget it.
It
That's
feels like $1
amazing.
million,
Yeah.
a
So
million
what
dollar
about,
feeling.
what about your trainees?
Trainees right now, of course, the most memorable is the juniors. I trained the juniors, and they took. They reached the semifinal in one of the biggest tournaments in Kuwait. That's a
Oh,
feeling.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
that's
feeling. Actually, a coach always loves and always seek for. And then my brother. I trained my brother. He took championship in Kuwait and outside Kuwait. I
Mashallah.
remember he was in. This is a memorable moment. He was in a video call in. Bahrain or I remember Dubai, okay,
Yeah.
and it was a finals. I couldn't watch my brother. We don't watch each other because I get so stressed out. It's too stressed to watch your family playing against someone. So I
Wow.
was waiting for the calls, and then I just see video call my brother and my cousin winning the tournament. That's a memorable
That's
feeling.
amazing.
Yes, it is amazing.
Congratulations, by
Thank
the way.
you, thank
But
you,
the
appreciate it.
stress of watching your own, member of your family,
Yeah.
playing, I would understand that actually. Now, we talked about us beginners getting into paddle, but could you please give us a piece of advice for someone who is trying or considering trying paddle for the first time, aka me?
Okay.
And we want to learn the techniques that you always tell the beginners.
Okay.
Most important.
As beginners, of course, take in consideration to avoid injuries. The racket, the weight of the racket. You cannot go in and just go for 370 gram and just try to hit everything. Take it step by step.
So
Go-
there's different
rackets,
rackets,
different
okay.
shapes
Okay.
for girls, for guys, for juniors. So take that in consideration. Then the actually wearing the paddle shoes for paddle, just like any other sport. Football has their own shoes, tennis has their own
Wait,
shoes.
there's specified shoes for
Yes,
paddle?
of course. Then you're gonna twist your ankle or something. That's an
Wait,
injury.
I think that's why I almost twisted it twice.
Exactly. That's
Okay,
what
we've
I'm
solved
saying.
the
for
mystery. Okay.
Exactly, for beginners.
was a mystery.
Take that, yes. Take that in consideration. And the weight, the technique, I would say watch. Watch. If you can't train, watch in the beginning. Watch the technique. Try to do yourself. Say if you couldn't or it's really tough, take one class or two, me or any other coaches. Just take 1 or 2 or 3 classes in top and then play for fun. And then if you want to reach more goals, just come back to training.
That's
So
amazing.
also there's it is actually interesting, and thank you for this advice. We actually
You're
going to need it.
I'm going to need it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are more
because
than welcome. I'll train
I
you
wanted to
guys
try it,
anytime you
especially
want
in
to.
winter.
Anytime you want to.
Yeah, I want to
Yes.
try it, especially in winter, because summer I don't like the indoor paddle courts.
You like
It's
that?
a little bit.
It's
depressed.
outdoorsy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
is it
I like
difficult?
the outdoor.
Is it difficult when you tried it? Was it difficult? No.
Actually, no, it was easy. It was easy at the first time, but a couple of times I almost twisted my ankle because I
Okay.
was wearing like a regular jogging shoes. That's why.
Okay.
And I didn't know that there were specific shoes for that. And thank you for telling me that.
Oh, you're welcome, of course.
So also, as everyone knows, the court actually has its own impact on the player when they play in competitions.
Yes.
The floor, the weather, the court, everything around it. Also the crowd, the audience. So can you tell us exactly how does it the floor surface and the court and also the weather impact your game in paddle?
Of course, it does impact the paddle, the weather. As you just said, you like to play outdoors, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't like
outdoors
to play in
has
the
their
summer also.
but outdoors has their disadvantages. The weather, it could be windy, a lot of windy. It affects the ball, affects the measure, it affects everything.
But
Windy.
glass shield.
It is, but it's windy still. It's only glass. It's only a glass. You're playing in outdoor. For lob, everything, the ball will start moving. It's different. It's different than playing indoor. Then the surfaces, there's a good, bad service. People now are aware. If you guys remember in the beginning, everyone played in any paddle court, right? But now they go for the quality. Okay, I'm gonna go for quality. I'm not gonna go for service that's bumpy, that's it's not even.
Because
So-
of the trend, there are now millions of
millions
paddle
of paddles, so
Yeah.
they will choose quality. Now people actually have awareness. Thank God. Even the glass could be dangerous
Yes.
if it's not quality and actually really well like done or
Manufactured
good job.
glass,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yes.
it could break on you.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of factors.
So, Coach Mohammed Shatli, we're very interested in more. I have more questions. We're very
Yeah.
interested in this conversation. However, dear viewers, we will be right back after this report.
Mohammed Shatli is a professional paddle coach. Mohammed is also a player and a champion in tennis since the age of 5 years old. He has participated in many tournaments where it gave him the chance to flourish and be where he is today. He has participated in the Kuwait Champion and Gulf Champion every year since he was 8 years old. Mohammed is also the captain of the tennis team at Arizona State University in the United States of America. He has also worked as a paddle practitioner in Europe and the Gulf since the beginning of the Paddle Foundation. Certainly not only that, Mohammed is one of the first paddle board trainers in Kuwait, where he holds more than one paddle training certification. Mohammed has joined many tournaments and was able to achieve many accomplishments. He has earned the second place in singles in the Western Championship that was held in Asia. He has also achieved the doubles championship at the World Championship that was held in Bahrain. He also managed to earn the second place at the Under 18 World Championship that was held in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Since a very young age, Mohammed has been participating in the yearly paddle tournaments and earning great wins. Mohammed is a certified paddle MBA trainer. He also holds tactical position certification, which is learning the ideas of the paddle sport. In addition, he holds a certificate in the methods and means of paddle sports, such as striking, planning, and wall kicks. He also teaches physical preparation and paddle training for children.
Welcome back, dear viewers, with Coach Mohammed Shatli. Now, Coach, we want you to tell us, can you discuss the role and strategy in paddle and especially in double play?
Okay, so just to say, paddle is only double play.
Okay.
Of course, so it's a team game. So there's a lot of tactics, a lot of things to do. As a team, you have actually to talk in the court. A team, you have to be compatible, or you can lose. You cannot be a really amazing player by yourself and win paddle. There's a lot of strategies I can do that actually to win. To talk to my partner in the game, during the game, between the games, see the weak points in my opponents. Actually, when your partner is mad or anger gets hold of him, you have to calm him down. A lot of tactics and strategies as a double. It's a team play in the end.
Does it really affect the performance if I'm not on the same page with my partner while we're playing the
course.
paddle? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're gonna
yes.
hit the racket with each other.
Exactly.
instead of the
Yes.
ball.
Yes. Yes. If I just play the ball in the middle, you will be. You lose the game. You lose the point because everyone want to take the ball. If you're not on the same page, I don't encourage people to play together. That's why people come to me every day, Coach. Who can I play with? I want someone as the same as level as me. You have to know the mentality of this player to fix him with this player, or else they're gonna lose.
So there's actually something I want to know about the rules, and because I was curious about it for a long time. There are actually some lines on the ground that separate my space and my partner's space. Okay, so if the ball comes to my spot, I have to hit it, right? I have to hit
In
it
the
to other
beginning, in
spot.
the serve, you
beginning.
have to, but then your partner can come in and take it. Actually,
Oh, he
You
can come in and take it.
You can move as free as you can.
Because
Freely.
you mentioned something about who would hit the ball with the racket, and I was wondering because I thought even during the game, everyone has sticked on their own spot.
No,
I didn't know
that's
about
what
that.
I said. Why to be compatible and actually
On the
the
same
same
page,
page. I can run to the side of the court and just say, let it. I will hit it. Just
Oh,
do not let you
okay.
play. I
That's
can-
like in volleyball.
Exactly. It's a team game in the end.
So,
Yeah.
Coach Mohammed, can you tell us how do you stay updated in the latest development and techniques that comes up to the world of paddle? Because as everyone knows, it's here for us. It's a new sport.
Yes.
So of course, new techniques and new updates comes with it. How do you stay up to date?
I
with it?
stay up to date because as this day, Coach Mohammed always studies more, always seeks for more. I study every day paddle. I do paddle every day, and I still study paddle every day. I talk to the best in the world. I learn from the best in the
Mashallah.
world. I'm still achieving more. I'm seeking more. I'm not stop here. I hope to be trustworthy as the people actually trust me as
You are.
their Kuwaiti coach and
Mashallah.
the Middle East coach. Hopefully, I will be. Hopefully, I'll make everyone proud of me, inshallah.
Inshallah, and you are
Inshallah,
doing
inshallah, of
not
course.
not only the people around you, or you actually, our whole country, because you competed, you contributed in rising our country's name, and of course, thank you for that.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, of
Thank
course. Also, Coach, in your experience, what are some of the common mistakes a beginner to paddle would do or make? And how can we avoid it? I don't know why my questions are always about the beginners.
Beginner.
I have this concern because I'm a beginner at paddle. I've
Yeah,
never
it's
tried
okay.
it, so that's why.
Don't be concerned. That's why I encourage people, as especially beginners. Come, try. There is no. It's a sport in the end. You're doing something healthy, something good. Advice for them, as we say, do not go into bad habits in the beginning. It's difficult to change later on. Try to see the best, to learn the basics in the beginning. Basics is everything. Basics. Learn, and then try to play. And be aware of as I said, awareness of the shoes, the good racket, the balls, the different service, as we talked. Those things.
They don't know about it actually, because most of the coaches only teach them about the techniques and doesn't let them know about these types of things that they. I think that it's really important for them to know.
It is.
Also, this is actually one of the good advice that you asked about losing the negative attitude. So, do you have like any positive advices, or can you tell us how do you try always to make your trainees get the positive attitude and build a strong mindset, especially during a competition?
Exactly, mindset and mentality, as maybe people don't know in an advanced game, especially it's a mental fight. It's a mental fight between you and your opponent. Staying strong mentally is not easy, but then that's why we train them. Train juniors. That's why we encourage them to come early when they're young too, so we can change their mindset. Sportsmanship, discipline, letting your anger go, your negative thoughts. You're in the court. You have to separate yourself from your actually daily life. You're playing a game. You have to focus on the game. Leave the crowd, leave your people, leave the family, leave your friends. Throw the negative away. I always say that away. I always encourage them. You can see me in the courts shouting. My voice is gone. Just lose it. Go on. Try. Why not? I encourage them every day to do that.
This is a strong
That's
build
amazing.
actually for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Coach Mohammed, if you can please tell us and our dear viewers about the point system in the game.
Okay, as I mentioned, it's similar to tennis, really similar to tennis in doubles, actually, in double game. It's about scoring the points, how to score a point. If your opponent misses the ball, in the beginning, for beginners, I don't want to push so much information in them. So in the beginning, you have simple rules. You have to actually put the ball on the other side of the court, and they have to put the ball on this side. And whoever misses first, the other team gets the point. Gets a point. And then the scoring is the same as tennis, 4 points in the game, and then in total 6 games. If you win 6 games, you're the winner. who gets in six first.
And after that, I think after each 4 points, one round, and after every round, they actually change the side.
Exactly.
Their
Let's
spots.
explain it more, symbolize it. It's points, game, set, match.
Wow.
Points,
Okay.
game, set, matches. That's easy. That easy. If you get the points, 4 points, you get the game. And then
Actually-
if you get to 6 games, you get a set. If you get the set, you get the match.
Wow,
No
that's
matter how-
very easy to
That's
understand.
easy,
Mashallah.
right.
So that means he is the best coach to go to.
Yeah, that's actually a
yes.
good sign about
Yeah.
that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Also, for these types of points, a lot of people wouldn't understand it until they actually, I think, they have to try it. When they try it, it will be more simple to them, because for a lot of people, they don't like to get explained by talking, by words. They don't like that, especially when you talk about sport. He would be like having.
I need practical.
Yeah, the situation where
Practical.
I need to practice it, and then I will get the point. This is actually a good point about that. So can you tell us, if me personally, I want to challenge myself, because when I start challenging myself, the sky is my limit. So how can you put me on that spot where I have to tell me and to convince me that you wouldn't challenge any other person? Let's say if I challenge Fatma
Yeah.
on a new technique, and if I beat Fatma on
Yeah.
that technique,
And you probably will, by the way.
yeah, and I will stop. I don't think I will. Easy.
We'll see. We'll see.
Because after challenging other person, I will stop after achieving it. So if I asked you to put me on challenging myself, because I wouldn't stop every time there will be a new milestone. How can you convince me to put me on that spot?
Of course. So actually, human without goals. So goals is everything. Goals. I have to set up goals for my players, short-term and long-term goals. That's what I just I said. So I see my players. I see what's their limit,
Yeah.
and then push them more and more. So they actually, to be realistic a little bit, don't push them too much. So here is the coaching skills where it comes, the coaching skills. So every player has their limit. You have
Okay.
to push them a little bit more than the limits, and then actually set goals in front of them, short-term and long-term goals. So I could say, I challenge you in the next month to win against me in half court. I'm a coach, okay? I do that to my players. If you win half court against me and you against each other, if you win, I'll consider you as an advanced player. So you will actually work on yourself, your physical work. I will give you the work that has to be done, and then when you win and achieve it, that's your short-term goal. And after you get to be advanced, then I will set up goals for tournaments.
There's another point
Yes.
of how good coaches he is.
Yes,
you.
yes,
Yeah.
it's true. And now, Coach Mohammed Shatli, I'm really enjoying this conversation, actually.
We are.
And yes, and we're benefiting actually from these tips.
Yeah,
and,
a lot of tips.
Yes, and do you have any last piece of advice for our dear viewers?
My advice is to encourage everyone to try paddle. Paddle is a sport in the end. It's healthy, it's fun, it's challenging. I encourage everyone, especially parents, to let their actually children try paddle and sign in to train, because especially in this generation right now, we have a lot of technology that left kids actually just stay at home. We want kids to actually play just as we used to do. Be sport. Our life was all about sports. So sports is everything, is a lifestyle, and hopefully I will make you and my country and everyone more proud of more achievements and achievement.
Thank you.
Mashallah.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Our episode unfortunately had come to an end. Thank you for being here with us at Achievement to share your journey with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. To our dear viewers, thank you for joining us on this episode of Achievements. We hope that Muhammad's story has inspired you to pursue your passion and embrace the thrill of pushing your limits. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories in the future. We will see you tomorrow, and goodbye for now.
Goodbye.